Redemption 2 was announced a few months ago and is the hotly anticipated new release from Rockstar Games. I recently went back and played the first Red Dead Redemption, which has been released on PC through PS Now. I enjoyed going back and replaying the main character's story, and what really struck me was the massive technical achievement the 5-year-old game was, and how it really holds up even now. For example, the amount of animals you can hunt or just discover is incredible, and the amount of lovingly recreated minigames you can play is a joy. You can also tame wild horses and sell them, and buy new horses. I was really impressed by the horse mechanics, even after playing and completing The Witcher 3, where the horse mechanics are fine, but I would argue that Red Dead Redemption's are better. The way the grass moves, the weather patterns flow, and how the different and varied landscapes have been designed really bring the Red Dead world to life. It makes it stand out to this day. I found the single player story compelling, with the first part involving getting a gang together to take on an old gang member friend and Ford. I found this mission gave the beginning of the story a real edge and movement. Then in the second part, playing both sides of the Mexican Revolution, it gave the actions I took a real sense of more ambiguity, as John Marston switches sides halfway through the story. I found this raised questions around which side is right or wrong, and whether peace is really achievable using violence and fighting, whichever side you are on. Then coming back to America and fighting for the government, and how shady their methods are to try and gain a safer, more civilized society. For the game's closing, to come back to John Marston's farm after rescuing John's wife and son before everything going pear-shaped. I found great detail built into the game characters and settings, with many tastes of how the West must have been. For a computer game, I found it covered a lot of ground, offering up complicated characters and difficult choices. I have played Rockstar's other big hitter, Grand Theft Auto 5, which again was technically amazing, but I stopped after a while, because I had no sympathy for the three main characters. To me, their lives were just too grotesque. There was nothing compelling or relatable about them, and their stories. In contrast, I found the honour system in Red Dead Redemption far superior in drawing you into the world and giving you options to benefit others. For example, being able to bring bounties alive to the sheriff instead of just shooting up the town. For me, this is the beauty of open worlds, where you are given these choices. In Grand Theft Auto 5 you are just nasty to everyone, and this just seemed to severely limit my experience of the game and world. I need to have options to help and benefit others to empower my play. Hopefully in Red Dead Redemption 2, Rockstar can expand and extend the honour system, give more opportunities to help others, as well as more ambiguous choices in the areas of right and wrong, like Mass Effect did. In Red Dead Redemption, I like how there are little quests that spontaneously appear in front of you. It's totally up to you if you want to get involved or not and help that person. I've also just watched the HBO Westworld series, and I see how much it was influenced by Red Dead Redemption, because they have these missions or situations that the guests can get involved in or not. I really enjoyed Westworld, and I found it asking really interesting questions about what are the parameters for consciousness and artificial intelligence, and when do they cross over. To see how Red Dead Redemption is still having an influence 5 years on in modern popular culture is quite incredible, and a testament to its quality. For me, Westworld and Red Dead Redemption show how the Wild West was a frontier of pioneers who had nothing and then are given land and a home and in turn something to fight and die for. They have been given an opportunity to live a life that they would never have had if they had stayed in England or Europe. To see how open and dynamic a situation it would have been, filled with threats from wildlife, from Indians, from other settlers and from lawless people driven by greed, anger, hatred, revenge and political machinations. In this new country, these people, and many more, would have had an open space to play these out in their own way, without a support system or law, or whatever might have limited these desires. Refreshingly, in Red Dead Redemption, there are powerful women portrayed like Bonnie at the beginning of the game, who isn't married and is living at her farm and working it with her father. Also, John Marston's wife is super powerful and strong-minded. She farms the land with John and gives him as good as she gets. It's great to see these types of characters, and I really didn't see these when playing Grand Theft Auto 5. Maybe I didn't play enough of the story, but I just found the characters weak and uninteresting in comparison. And to also not have an honour system made it seem like a much more limited and shallow experience. So I'm excited to play Red Dead Redemption 2, and I'm excited for Westworld Season 2. What I especially loved about Westworld was the compelling story, having strong women characters, and also Anthony Hopkins giving a masterclass in acting. I look forward to seeing much more of these characters' journeys in Red Dead Redemption 2 and further series of Westworld. Surely the greatest compliment for any ongoing story, as surely any writer, director or storyteller would hope to offer a compelling, connecting plot and characters, whether handing in a new script or sitting around a campfire. Do you agree? Please let me know in the YouTube comments below. Like this video or visit www.supergeeknation.com for more reviews and articles.